Welcome to this awesome tutorial. I want to show you guys how I edit my video. Very simple, very easy, straightforward. But particularly what I want to show you guys today in this tutorial is how I actually edit my audio clip, because that is the most important thing. You understand? Because as you can see from my screen, it's just basic. Like after doing my screen recording, I lay it here and I put my end screen. I cut out what I'll need to cut out, like this side of it. You see, there are three clips here. So this first clip and this last clip, the third one, they are the same clip. So as you can see, this is 3405. This is 3405. So they are the same clip, but this one is different. This is 4358. So this one is different. So, but this one here is the same. So, the easiest way how I edit my video is just I work on the track level. That's the audio. I work on the track level. So I don't normally do my edit here, like coming here. As you can see, okay, how I don't know if this will even work. Okay, so I click on the track and okay, you see the effect is opened. But this is not how I work. This does not really, I don't really like this concept of working. Now, to do this, I will show you using this second bar how to go about it. So you just come to effect. We are going for VST effects. I have a lot of VST effects here. So let me just load up maybe my fab filter. So I normally go with Pro since most of their effect is called Pro. So look at it, their compressor C3. So let me go with the L2, their limiter. Now how you want to edit by track level is by dragging this to the track. Can you see it highlighted the track? If I want to drop it here, it has highlighted this. If I want to drop it here, it has highlighted this. If I want to drop it here, it has highlighted this. So this is how to work with track level, or you can actually do working with the individual clip. For example, I don't want this limiter to affect everything on this track. I don't want it. I want it to affect maybe just one clip. For example, this clip here, there are 1, 2, 3. So I just want this limiter to affect maybe this second one. I want it to be louder than this. Now I leave it here. You see, it has added. Now if I go to my track level, you see it's not added here. But if I click on this second image, you see it is here. You see it is added here. So to delete it is as simple as clicking on the delete, and it will just delete. So to work with this limiter, just raise it up and it is good to go. You see your level here. Let me mute this. You see your level here. You see the level, the limiter. You seeing it? Yeah, that's the level. So this is very loud. So, but that's just basically how it works. So, but I don't work like that. I work with sorry. I work with track level, like I said. So let me delete this. So working with track level, let's go with this. So what I do is that I go to Fairlight. So I do this because I understand the basics of vocal editing or vocal processing. In this channel, I do sometimes tutorial on Cubase. I know I have done one tutorial on Cubase. I'm not really frequent on it, but I will try as much as I can to be doing more tutorial on Cubase, because that was what I actually use, Cubase. So due to I have basic idea on um, sound, sound processing, especially vocal. I'm still learning beat creation or beat making. I'm still learning it, which I'm getting good. So here now, I stack up. As you can see, there are two methods to bring in your effect to the track level. Now, you click on this plus icon here, you click on it, it will show you the effect based on the category. I seen it based on the category. Then there are some effects that DaVinci has, which is Fairlight effect. As you see, they gave it a sub category. Then the VST is the ones you install by yourself, the third plugin. third-party plugins. So you can see them. So some of them, you see, these ones are fully third-party. That's why there's no subcategory. And like that, you see this one, there's subcategory. So there's a lot of them here. And a lot of these effects, I don't really use them, but I just install them in case maybe if I'm working with someone that maybe he knows how to use them, because a lot of people knows how to use Wave plugin, and a lot of these are Wave plugins, except for these BX that are other brands. Then I use Vox, this Vox very, very well. I like their products. I use them. So I guess that is Neuro. I guess that's Neuro. So let's bring up that Vox, for example. Where is that Vox? Where did I even see the Vox? Okay, these are expand for beat making. Where is that Vox? Okay, now Vox Pro, it's under modulation. Now let's open it. So okay, this is Neuro. Yeah, this is it. Neuro Audio. Look at it down here. Neuro Audio. Yeah, I started using this particular plugin for a long time. I've used it on movies. I've used it on content creation, skits. Yeah, this is just like all in one. This is all in one. And if you look down here, you see that that is what I added in that's my last plugin on the chain. Are you seeing it? That's what I added. So let me just go the breakdown. So the second way, before I go on the breakdown, let me show you the second way. This is the first way. Clicking is, this can actually be difficult because if you have a lot of plugin like me, you see, you start to look for just simple things. You start to look for simple things. You see, it's very difficult to look for. And the funny thing is that, okay, my fab filter, look at where it is. I searched for it. There was a time I looked for it today, searched for it, I couldn't find it. So the way I added it to this, look at it here, was I came up here, I clicked on this. So you can do up for all folders. You can do all folders. It will search on all the folders. So I just do Pro. I like using Pro because that is how they label their distance. So you see, all these are fab filters. Pro C3, this is their compressor, this is their de-esser, this is their gates. Yes, this is their gates, this is their limiter, this is their multiband, this is their EQ, and this is their reverb. Yeah, so you see, also Neuro also have Pro, like Pro, there are some of their Pro effects. So to add this, I like using Fab Filter EQ. That's the best EQ I have used, like so far. Yes, even on Cubase, I use Fab Filter EQ. Though on Cubase, I want to start using their native EQ, which is F6. I want to start learning. I started learning it, and it is really advanced. Maybe I will do a tutorial in Cubase using it. So to do that, just drag this, just like before. It will add. You see, it will add to the track. See, it has added to the track. So, and it's easier to move. Just drag it up. It has moved to the top. Can you see? You can move this to the top, and you can actually move this to this. You see, I've moved this to this, and just like that. So it's very easy. So if you want to delete, for example, you made an error, you want to delete, you can click on this arrow. But before I show you how to delete, let me show you how to disable. Maybe you are processing an audio and you want to see the changes you're making, how the effect applies. You see the bypass, you click on that red, it bypasses it, and you click on this. So now, how can you bring it up again? Maybe now you are working and you mistakenly close it. Maybe you want to drag this and you mistakenly close it. So how can you bring it up? Just go over there, click on this, it will come up. So that's how you can work with this. Very intuitive, very nice, very so much. And this EQ, in fact, this EQ is a tutorial on its own. Like if we start to work on this EQ, it's a tutorial of its own. Can you see? There are so many things I can do with this tutorial. I can even make dynamic. Can you see? We've made it dynamic. You understand? We've made it dynamic. So there's a lot you can do with this EQ. That's why I love this EQ. Yeah. So let's just continue. Let me give you a breakdown of what I do here. So my audio, you have to have basic knowledge of how your voice sound or how the artist or the voice you want to work on, the original dynamics of the voice. You have to understand it. That's the first thing. So the first thing I always put on my chain, if the audio is noisy, I slap on gates. I slap on gates. Now, there are different gates I use. Sometimes I use wave R1. I guess it is R1. I think so. But it's owned by Wave. I've forgotten the name, though that's not the major gate I use. Okay, that R is compressor. Sorry, it's not gate. It is compressor, not gate. It is compressor. So the gates I normally use is I can use 5 filter gates. I can use 5 filter gates. So slap it there. Then you have to understand basics of compression, how compression works, because this gate somehow works like compression. Now, that's the threshold, the attack, the release, and all those good stuff. So, but I don't normally use this. I don't normally use this. Yeah. So what I do if I want to clean up my audio, I use RX, which is isotope RX. That's what I use. So I just slap it here. I slap it here. Then either I leave it on addictive mode. That's if I don't want to push it too hard. But most of the time, I always push it. And that's the first thing you should do. That's if you're working with a noisy sound or a noisy vocal. That's the first thing you should do. That's the first thing you should do before putting your EQ, because you want to get rid of the errors, the noise, and every other artifact before you start your processing, vocal processing. So to do this, it's as simple as playing the audio. I see it is playing. Then here I can just, as you can see, I've removed it. So I click on learn. See, it is learning the vocal, and I always leave it when it is high. So you see, the audio now will be very clean. I already know the audio will be very clean. So you can try it out. So let me close this. So I don't need this for this. That's why it's not on my chain. So it is gone. Delete. It is gone. Don't want to delete. Good. It is gone. So now let me bring up my EQ. So I don't do much. A lot of people will tell you to do dynamic EQ so that you cut down some bad frequencies, which I recommend. But in this, my tutorial, I don't really need to do that because I just want my voice to be raw. I don't want to process it like a music, like a vocal for a music. I want it to be raw. I want you guys to get the real voice, my real voice, just with little tweak. So you can see the compression I did. I cut out my bass 6 dB off. Are you seeing it? Sorry, I said, yeah, around the 6 dB, what's it called? Around the 10K, 100, sorry. I'm making a lot of mistake because I'm, okay, around the 100, as you can see, look at this, around, are you seeing it? Around the 100, I'm cutting out, yeah, so this is good. Now, if you scroll down your mouse wheel, if you scroll it up, you get different shapes. So these are too tight. These are too tight and it's not even recommended. So I go with 6 dB, which is very soft. It has a soft rollout. Are you seeing it? It has a soft rollout. You can also do that with this here, low cut, then you can do it here. Yeah, so you can do your frequency, like how you want to push it and all those. You can see the figures down there. You can see the figures there. So this is just it. You can also do either right or left or middle. You understand? For me, I'm cleaning it from the stereo, which is the both sides, left and right. You understand? So now what I did is the body of my voice, I just lift it up so that I will get more of bass, because originally my voice does not really have strong bass. So I just lift it off to give me that bass. Then I give a little top end. Yeah, that's what I do. So after this, I just close it. Then I slap in my compressor. I like using this compressor CLA76 stereo. Now, why I like using this compressor is because this compressor has a color. Color I mean is not by shading like color black and white. No, color that I mean is it has a texture, like it gives a tune. It gives a tune. It gives your voice like a tune. You will see they wrote it there, something auto makeup. Okay, are you seeing it? Like it shapens, like there's a way, there's kind of color, texture it gives to your voice. Yeah, there is a lot of people will tell you to start with CLA two, two, three or so. I don't normally use that. Where is it? I don't know if I can find it. If I can find it, fine. Okay, that's it here. 2A. Look at it here. CLA 2A. There's CLA 3A. So, but I like using CLA 76. Now, if I'm doing a vocal mixing, like for music, or maybe I'm doing a film mixing, or working on a big project, a professional project, I'll slap in my this. Let me slap it here. Are you seeing the difference? Can you see the look? Now I'll slap this in. I'll use this to get like a short compression. Are you getting it? I use it to get a short compression. You understand? Then after slapping this, getting a short compression, then I'll use this next after it, something like this. You see C2A and this. Then this will come next. Then I'll use this to get my 4 what's it called, ratio, 4:1, and I'll slap this. This is what I'll actually use to drag out my compression, my balancing. This is what I would do. So this is for a professional workflow. That's what I'm showing you. So I don't do that here. I just need it soft. So another um compressor they use most of the time is that RVox. RVox is really good for vocal. That's RVox. That's what I was looking for, that I was saying CR1. That's it, RVox. So you just drag this. It's very simple. Anybody can use this. Anybody can use this compression. It's very, very easy, straight to go. Look at the energy level. You stand. So you see the same thing. You slap this here. You do a minor compression before the main compression. So these are all wave plugin. You understand? These are all wave plugin and they are good. So after my compression, what I do is I add air. Now, after compression, professionally, I'm supposed to add de-esser. Which my favorite de-esser is still from Wave, Sibilance. So that's it here, Sibilance. So let me slap it here. So this is my favorite de-esser. This is my favorite de-esser. Like, it works like magic. You understand? I really love this. But I don't really have much issues with de-esser because of how I place my mic. So I wish I can show my mic. Maybe I might do another tutorial or another video showing my gadgets, like my mic that I use for recording these videos and softwares I use. I actually max out the down of this video so that my softwares are private to me, but maybe one day I can just show off some things. So that is it. Now, when I slap this after my compressor, that's my 2 compressors, I slap it there to catch some sibilance. Then I can now start shaping. My voice, which I use air, fresh air. I just go for this vocal air. Then sometimes I just tune it a bit to give me that fresh air, that top end. You understand? To give me that top end. Then after that, I slap in this. This is where I do the major work. Now, somebody will ask me, why didn't I work with my boss one? Why didn't I work with this boss one instead of slapping this on this track level, track 1? Now, why I did not put anything on my boss is because I don't want anything to alter what I don't want. Okay, let me explain. Now, if you watch you see that my track 2, I have an audio on my track 2, which is my end screen. Now, this is a music I got from YouTube. It's a free music or free instrumental I got from YouTube library, music library. So I don't want anything to alter the sound. I don't want to alter it. So that's why I don't slap anything here. So if I really want to do like an advanced vocal processing in DaVinci Resolve, I will create another boss, which I will do another tutorial for it. I will create another boss, and this boss one, my boss one will be like my glue boss. Now, what do I mean by glue boss? Now, glue boss is I will add one or two effects on this boss that will help me to glue everything. It will now sound like one. And apart from that gluing, there's something I always put on my boss, my final boss, but I did not do it here because I just want to do something basic. But if I'm doing film or vocal, intense vocal listen, I will slap in my WLM from Wave. Look at it here. This last one, that's the one I use, plus. Now, this is a limiter. This is a limiter, but this limiter is powerful. This limiter is very powerful. You understand? Loudness meter. This limiter is very powerful. It has loudness meter. It has a lot of things. It's very powerful. Now, if you come here to this full reset, click on it, you see YouTube. You see, there's Netflix here. There is Apple Podcast Music. There's YouTube. There's a lot of things here. There is Tidal. There is Spotify. This is how you can get your loudness. Now, a lot of people don't know that the difference between loudness, perceived loudness, and volume. They are two different things. But we are not going into the technical side of audio. So these are two different things that, if I'm to, this tutorial is even getting long. Wow. I'm seeing 22 minutes at this point. It's really getting long. So now I will use this I'll do a tutorial. I'll do a tutorial. You guys, if you need that tutorial, you tell me. I want to do a tutorial where I will show you how you can get the actual love, which is the actual loudness, perceived loudness for YouTube. YouTube has a perceived loudness for the first. If you are hearing this for the first time, YouTube have a perceived loudness of I think minus, is it minus 10 dB or minus, I think minus 10 dB or thereabout. Yes, YouTube has it. You can check on Google, you will see it. YouTube has it. All platform has it. Now this Netflix here, Netflix has their own perceived loudness. I think theirs is way lower, minus 18 dB or minus 20 something dB. I think so. It's very low. You understand? So these are things you have to know as an editor. It's very important. It's very, very important. So I'm supposed to slap this here so that I will get my perceived loudness. Now, this will help me to control, to have a very professional control. Now, if you look here, my wave might be getting to 0. Are you seeing it? Almost 0. But if I slap this, you see, I'm getting a loss of I think YouTube is minus 14. I think so. YouTube is minus 14. Can you see? So you see, just touching this alone, it controlled this. Now let me take it to this place. Are you seeing? Are you seeing what's happening here? Now I take it. Now I'm not touching my fader. Are you seeing it? I'm not touching my fader. So that means that this is controlling volume and this is controlling perceived loudness. They are two different things. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Now, I think YouTube is giving me red, which means I'm going off. I think so. Yeah. So it's not supposed to go good. Minus 18 is YouTube. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? So I can do resets and it will give me, yeah. This is nice. But it's always good to go overboard. I like keeping mine at minus 5 dB. So that, because YouTube will still have to compress it so that your video will not sound quieter. You understand? It will not sound quieter. So that is it. So this is good. You can reset and it will just reread it for you. Good, this is it. Very nice, very nice. So I can just leave this here. Yeah, so another, this thing I slap in here, that is the glue I'm talking about. It is the glue. I use God particle. I don't know if I still have that plugin, God particle. Okay, I don't have it again. I used to use God particle. God particle is also a limiter, but it doesn't have this perceived loudness. You understand? I used to use it. It works. It's a limiter that works as a glue. It will glue everything, all your effects, everything, your sound, all your sounds, to glue them together. They will like it to uniform everything. Look at DaVinci's loudness meter. DaVinci also has their own loudness meter. You see how their loudness meter is? If you look here, you also see Netflix, YouTube, and like that. So they have it. But that of Wave is more intense. Can you see? Maybe YouTube, this DaVinci own is even better, more basic. Are you seeing? It's not clipping. Make sure it's not going to red. But the problem I have here is that I can't control it till I use my fader. Are you seeing it? And that's not what I want. I don't want to touch my fader. Reset. No, I don't want this. So I want, you see why I'm using that of Wave. So it's more advanced and more professional. So there's a plugin I normally use, something boss. I've forgotten the name. Something boss. Let me see if it is still there. Wow, I've forgotten the name of that plugin. Something boss. This is not it. Let me load this. Let me see. No, that's not it. It's from Wave. I've forgotten the name of that. It's like I do not even have it again. Oh, that's not it. It's something boss. I can remember. Now, why I like using that plugin, maybe if I find it, I will use it. Why I use that plugin is that it will give you control. Like now, you see, this is not it. That is not it. No, that is not it. So it will give you control. Like, for example, now, if someone that is inside of a car playing your audio inside of a car, how will it sound? How will it sound? You understand? So it will give you that control. Wow. I don't have that plugin again. I will look for that plugin. I've forgotten the name of that plugin. I'll look for it. So it will give you you get to know how your sound will sound in a car, how it will sound on a radio, and I think there are about 4 different effects that you can get from that sound. That's why I always like using that. I use that to replace my God particle. You understand? Yeah, I knew that I have uninstalled my God particle when I got that particular plugin. I've forgotten the name, but if I get the name, I'll bring it up. So, but it is fine. I have a lot of effects here. So there's one more last thing I will do before I end this video, which I normally do. This is it here. This is it here, spectral layer. So if I want to do a professional in-depth cleaning, I use this Spectra Pro 12. That's what I do. So I go to one of the models there. Let me just load one thing here. So I go to unmix song. Either I go to unmix song, that's maybe I want to reshape an instrumental or something to get the stems, or I go to noisy speech. Noisy speech mainly for a talking head videos. I just go to noisy speech and I click it. And let me just give you a trick. I can just come here and increase this volume to 10 dB. I see. So now I get a better working sound to, do my cleaning and like that. So this will wrap up the video. If you want anything, you comment on the comment section about whatever feature you want to get. And if you need that plugin I'm talking about, I'll get the name. I'll put it on the description and also put it on the comment section so that you can check it out. Yeah, it's very, very nice. Even God particle. God particle, I recommend God particle too. If you can use the two of them, they are still nice. You understand? There are some effects that you just use it to upgrade you, it will boost your productivity. Yeah, so stay tuned for more tutorials. Thank you.